Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing language of corporate filings, so you don't have to. Today we're diving into a report that's all about a company called Breeze Holdings Acquisition Corp and a big meeting they had. Think of it as a company's report card on how their big plans are being approved or not. So what's the big story here? Breeze Holdings Acquisition Corp held a special meeting for its stockholders on August 14, 2025. This meeting was to vote on a bunch of important proposals, basically deciding the future direction of the company, especially concerning a business combination. And guess what? Most of the key proposals got a big thumbs up from the shareholders. The date of this report is August 15, 2025, which tells us about events that happened one day prior on August 14, 2025. This is when a special meeting of stockholders took place. Now let's talk about what was being voted on. Breeze Holdings Acquisition Corp has a few types of securities. They have common stock, which is like owning a piece of the company. They also have rights, which are like getting a special option to buy more stock later, and warrants, which are similar but often with a set price for buying more stock. These securities are traded on the OTC markets, which is a way companies can be publicly traded without being on the major stock exchanges like the NYSE or NASDAQ. It's still a public company, just a different trading venue. Breeze Holdings is identified as an emerging growth company. This designation means they are a newer, smaller public company and get to follow some slightly different, often less strict rules for reporting. It's like a special phase for companies growing into their public company status. The first big vote was on a business combination. Basically, they are looking to merge or combine with another company, in this case, YDAM Biopharma Limited. This is often a major step for companies like Breeze, which are often formed specifically to find and merge with another business. Then on this critical business combination proposal, the shareholders overwhelmingly said yes. We're talking about 3,127,474 votes in favor. That's a massive show of confidence from those who own a piece of Breeze. There were only 1,000 votes against it and a mere 21 votes were withheld. This tells us that the management's proposed merger with YDAM Biopharma was extremely well received by the investors. Next up was the charter proposal. This is about approving changes to the company's foundational document, its charter. Think of the charter as the company's constitution. It lays out the rules for how the company operates, its powers, and who has the final say on certain matters. Again, this proposal sailed through with the same overwhelming majority as the business combination. This indicates that the shareholders are comfortable with the proposed changes to how the company will be run moving forward, especially after the merger. Then we get into what they call the advisory charter proposals. These are specific changes within that charter. The first one, Proposal 3XDN, is about the company's share capital. They want to authorize a lot more shares, 500 million ordinary shares, each with a tiny par value of just 1/10 of a cent. Once more, this received massive support with 3,127,481 votes for it. Allowing for more shares gives the company flexibility in the future, whether that's for further fundraising, stock options, or other corporate actions. Proposal 3/E is interesting. It's about how future changes to the company's charter can be made. It requires a 2/3 majority of votes cast to amend the charter going forward. This is a way to give shareholders more say in future major changes, making it harder for a simple majority to alter the core rules. And guess what? This also passed with overwhelming support, 3,127 sift and 126 votes in favor. It shows shareholders want to say in how the company is governed. Proposal 3C is about removing blank check provisions. This is common for special purpose acquisition companies or SPACs like Breeze. These provisions often give the company broad powers to issue unissued stock without shareholder approval. Removing it means more control stays with the shareholders for future stock issuances. This one got nearly a perfect score with 3,127 4,005 against. It seems investors really want more transparency and control. Proposal 3 Daphne is about the company's board of directors. It proposes changing the board structure from 2 classes of directors to 3 classes, with each class elected for staggered terms. This means not all board seats are up for election at the same time, which can provide more stability and continuity in leadership. This proposal also passed with strong backing, receiving 3,127,091 votes for it. Next, we have the incentive plan proposal. This is about approving a plan to give out stock options or other incentives to employees and management. It's a common way to motivate the team and align their interests with shareholders. This plan was approved with 3,127 votes in favour. It seems the shareholders are happy to reward management and staff for their work and drive. Finally, we have the redemption limitation amendment proposal. This one is a bit more specific. It's about changing a rule that limited how much the company could redeem shares, essentially trying to avoid a situation where the company's net tangible assets drop below a certain threshold, in this case 5,001. This crucial proposal to modify the redemption limitation also passed overwhelmingly with 3,164 votes for it. This is important because it gives the company more flexibility in managing redemptions, which often happen when shareholders decide not to go along with a merger and want their money back. Speaking of redemptions, it's mentioned that 49,715 shares were redeemed. This means a small portion of shareholders chose to get their investment back, rather than participate in the future of the merged company. So what's the takeaway from all these votes and proposals? This filing is essentially a report confirming that Breeze Holdings Acquisition Corp shareholders have given their strong approval for a major business combination. The votes show overwhelming support for merging with YD Biopharma, along with significant confidence in the proposed changes to the company's charter and governance. This sets the stage for Breeze to move forward with its planned merger, likely transforming into a new entity focused on the biopharma sector. Now, looking at this from a broader perspective, Breeze Holdings, like many SPACs, is designed to eventually merge with another company. The success of these proposals signals that the market, or at least the existing shareholders, are optimistic about the company's future after this merger. The high vote counts for almost every proposal suggests that management has done a good job communicating their vision and the benefits of the merger to their investors. The specific votes on charter amendments, like requiring a supermajority for future changes, or removing blank check provisions, show a move towards stronger corporate governance and shareholder rights, which is generally a positive sign for long-term investors. The fact that they're seeking to remove redemption limitations is also a common strategy for SPACs before a merger. It can provide financial certainty by reducing the risk of too many shareholders, redeeming their shares, which would reduce the capital available for the merged company. With the overwhelming support for these proposals, it seems investors are betting on the growth potential of YD Biopharma. However, as always, the success of the merger ultimately depends on the performance of the acquired company, YD Biopharma, after the deal closes. This report is just one step, albeit a very important one, in that process. Alright, that's our breakdown of Breeze Holdings Acquisition Corp's special meeting report. What's your take on these overwhelming approvals and what they might mean for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. Don't forget to check out our Discord community, linked in the description, for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching. See you next time.